representatives who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at gpwlaw.com. Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people.
Local news, local topics, local conversation. You're listening to AM Beaver County on 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBA. Presented by St. Barnabas and streaming live at beavercountyradio.com.
And we're back on this Friday morning edition of AM Beaver County. And now joining me in studio is Dana Tabay, and we're here to talk about the Gold Star Games. Dana, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So what year is this for the Gold Star Games?
This is year 4.
Year 4.
Would be year 5, because of COVID, but
right.
Yeah, this is year 4.
So what is the Gold Star Game for those who don't know what it is?
So the Western Pennsylvania Gold Star Game is a football game where we honor fallen heroes through high school football. And we have high school football players. We have 10 players from each team, the away team, home team, who willingly give up their name for the evening to play for a fallen hero.
Very nice.
From Western Pennsylvania.
Very nice. And it's a great concept, too, because you figure for a lot of these different schools, they usually don't have the nameplates to start with. So to go from having no name to having the name of a fallen hero, it's a pretty smooth transition. And it's great that all these different schools, because I think there's 14 or...
There's 14 teams this year. We're honoring 140 fallen heroes this year.
Wow. 140.
We started back in 2018 with 2 teams and 20 heroes. So this year we're up to 140.
That is incredible. Yeah. That is great. Because again, all these people that they're honoring, they have a story, they have, history that is being remembered, and they themselves at some point may have been on those fields, playing high school football.
Yeah, absolutely. When I do my research, when I look for the heroes to be honored in the game, I try to make sure that those heroes are pretty much local. I'm not going to pull somebody from Erie County and have them play in Burgettstown. So I try to keep it local. And, doing my research, we have Beavers in the game this year when they play Avonworth on the 7th of October at Avonworth. And there's a lot of those boys that played football and baseball and were captains of the football team. So it's really interesting to see those stories and, tell their players, like, your player was just like you. He was a 19-year-old boy, 18-year-old boy, played football, played basketball, lived in your hometown, went to your school, and they really embark on that. And like, you can see how interested they are, and they really take it to heart.
They do. And they realize that moment that, it's not necessarily just them that's, in their world, that the uniform they put on is representative of so much more than what they're doing. And for a lot of kids that are that young, it may be an eye-opener for them, because a lot of times if you're a high school kid, you're sort of still learning about the world, still trying to comprehend the weight of things, and this is a great way to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And this year every year we have a team meet and greet before the games start, and we host the Gold Star families get to come, and they get to meet their player, and the player gets to bring a parent. We have special speakers, and it's funny that you said that, because this year we had Jackson Hall, who was a former player at New Brighton, come back and speak on behalf of his experience of the Gold Star Game and how it affected his life today.
Oh, wow.
And the kids were really engaged. You could see that they were really listening to what Jackson had to say, and he did a fantastic job. And just how he carries the names of Pierce and Hovantic with him in his everyday being, So it's not just a game where you honor, it's a life lesson. And with this being said, we want to keep the legacy alive of our fallen heroes. And he's doing that. He's doing that within his own life. And that's what we want to happen, so that these names will never be forgotten. Because I've said this last year, and I'll say it again, we die twice in this world. We die when our name, we die when our soul leaves our body, and then we die when our name is truly forgotten and not said.
And that you're doing something successful whenever you have people from the earlier iterations of it come back and say, listen, this has helped me so much. This has helped create who I am. It's helped influence who I am, and I hope it influences you too. So
Yeah.
the fact that you guys have only been doing this for a timeline of 5 years, only 4 seasons, and it's already had that impact is immense. It's a great thing. And not to mention too, like you say, it's not just slap the name on the back and call it a night. It's like you say, you try to get people together and learn all these stories and have them learn these stories as well, so that they can connect so much deeper than the usual, just sort of, for lack of a better term, superficial salute.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just also too for the players, it's also healing process for the Gold Star families. I mean, we mourn and we go through so much after, losing our loved one, and, we never want them to be forgotten. And, this is a way too. And I've told the players they fill a void in our within our Gold Star families. They're not going to ever replace our fallen loved one, but they fill that void of them being gone. And they kind of just, I constantly remind us, like, my player from Avonworth, he looks just like my brother, kind of acts like him, kind of quiet and set back, and and I call him my little bro, so like we develop a relationship with our players. And I know there's a player from Rochester, his Gold Star family, they write to him once a month, they send him care packages, so they make a huge impact. The players, just not in the game, but they make a huge impact on our Gold Star families and their lives, which is great.
And that's the meaning behind all of it, is to have that connection that not only is deepened for one weekend, but stretches out throughout the course of a player's life and the lives of these families that have been impacted so hard. Now, we're going to be there next week for Rochester, New Brighton, up on Oak Hill, and it's going to be a 6:30 pregame ceremony for the Gold Star game. But the first of those games is actually tonight here in Beaver County at Ashcroft Stadium for Southside and Riverside.
Yes. And
we were talking beforehand, before we got on air, that for all of the very stoic and serious nature of the life lessons that are being learned, that the pageantry for tonight's game is going to be off the roof.
It's going to be epic.
So what are some of the things that are going on tonight for those who are maybe looking for a place to go?
Yeah, so tonight down Southside, if you're want to come watch some high school football and honor some fallen heroes through football, this is going to be the event to come to. I should say Southside has a huge ceremony for tonight. Don't want to give everything away, but I believe we got a flyover coming.
Oh, wow.
And got some bagpipers coming.
Oh.
And skywriters, and it's just going to be a really great night. They really want to set the precedence of what the Gold Star game is about, and I'm super excited about tonight.
It is.
And the game.
And how many players tonight are going to be? Is it 10 per team tonight?
It's 10. Each team gets 10 fallen heroes, so we honor 20 in the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think too, with everything that's going to be happening, it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out, because sometimes with games like homecoming games or senior recognition, it takes a while to get through, and I'm imagining that for tonight there's going to be a lot of time dedicated to these stories and these players that are going to be on the field representing them.
Southside played Avonworth last year, and that was their first time in the game. And after the game, Superintendent Alan Fritz, who I've become good friends with now, he's like, we're on board, and we're gonna do it right, and we're gonna do it the way it should be. And they've been planning this since, like, I think last year.
And again, that's a testament to what you've been doing and what everybody's been doing with the organization. Who all is involved with the organization, by the way, just to give a shout out to.
Yeah, so it's not just myself and my husband, Joe Tabay. We have Legacy Alive, which is an organization geared towards Gold Star families. They give unwavering support to Gold Star families. One of the best organizations I could probably ever be a part of. Our Gold Star Riders, they're with us. We have Beaver County Events, who come out and they do all the filming for us, and pictures and promotions for us. We have the Hookstown Legion Riders. We have the Monaco Legion Riders, who put on bike runs for us. So because we're completely nonprofit, so we get T-shirts for the boys. So, and our team tailgates and our team meet and greets. So everything costs a little bit. So those organizations really help us out. We have Threads and Ink who do all of our T-shirts. So it's not just me and Joe doing all the work. We got our other organizations who in the background helping us out.
And yet again, another example of organizations throughout Beaver County looking to help each other out and creating this network of assistance and connectivity. Although I will say that it's not just Beaver County that is participating in this. This actually spans, I want to say, 4 counties in all?
Yeah, so it is the Western Pennsylvania Gold Star Games, so we try to span across Western Pennsylvania. So we are in Washington County when we play Burgettstown. We're in Allegheny County when we're in Avonworth and Bethel Park. We're up in Lawrence County when we play Newcastle, and then we're here in Beaver County for New Brighton, Southside.
Yep, Riverside, Southside.
And Geneva. We got to talk about Geneva.
That is true. We have to talk about Geneva. So for those who, again, we'll post the full schedule later on at beavercountyradio.com, but it is true that they're going to be going through 4 different counties, Lawrence, Washington, Beaver, and Allegheny, and it will start in Beaver County tonight with Riverside at Southside. We'll be on the air next week with Rochester Brighton, then it will end in Beaver County on November 12th, which is about a month after the last high school game, but Geneva College and Westminster teaming up for the final Gold Star game of the season. It's going to be on the college football turf. This is the first college football game?
This is the first collegiate Gold Star game, yes.
That is
And I'm
incredible.
super excited about it. Yeah.
I know, because I know Geneva does a lot with, trying to recognize military and stuff like that in their days, and I'm assuming Westminster does too. I didn't go there. But with Geneva, they're going to be cooperative with this, and I know that crowd definitely is going to be very happy to see this take place.
Yeah, so they're doing a whole military appreciation week. That's the week of Veterans Day on the 11th, and then they're going to end with the Gold Star game on the 12th. From my understanding, I know the National Guard is to be coming, and they're bringing a tank, so that'll be fun.
I knew Geneva fans got rowdy. I didn't think they got that rowdy.
Yeah, and the one thing that's great about this game is that we have players, and one of those players being Jackson Hall, and I don't know if he's going to be in the game as a player, but he does play football for Geneva, and so this is all circling back for him because he played for New Brighton, and his heroes that were in the New Brighton game are going to be in the Westminster Geneva game. So it'll be great to see if he's able to circle back and play for his hero as a college student. And then I believe there's a boy from Avonworth who's at Westminster who plays football, Tedesco. It'd be great to see him because he played in the first game when Avonworth played New Brighton. So it's great to see that there's some players at Westminster and Geneva that are able to circle through this event and be able to, like I said, do this over again, not from high school football, but through college football.
It's a great thing, too, that you do see this circling around, that this is going to go from the high school to the college ranks. And it almost seems fitting that, in the 4th year that, you move from the high school to the college ranks after 4 years. But again, the fact that it's spread out to this, because it was only, like you said, it was only 1 game the first year, and now it's up to 8. And I assume that there's plans to make it even bigger over the coming years.
Yeah, the more this gets out and the more people that start hearing about it, they're like, we want in, we want to do it. So we did put Beaver County Events did a great format for us. They put a format together so that if anybody wants to do the game and once it starts getting bigger, it's just like can hand it off and be like, this is how you run it, this is how you do it. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do 20-some games by myself.
Well, no, I don't think it would be feasible for most people to do that, especially when there's only 9 weeks I guess 10 technically, but whatever the case may be in a football season, there's like 2 a week, you can only be in one place at one time.
Yeah. This year it kind of worked out. I'm able to be at every game. None of the games overlap. So that was great.
That is great. I think that's going to be good. But that does bring me to my next question is, for those who are going to be at these games, or for even those who may not be, how can they support the Gold Star efforts through donations, volunteer? How can they help?
Yeah, so we're always up for a donation. We have a Facebook page. It's the WPA Gold Star Game. We're still trying to put a website together. But yes, pretty much through donation, or if they're at the game, they can come up and talk to anybody from Legacy Alive. My mom works at the table there too, and talk to our Legacy Alive family, and they can give you some information on how to help.
And that will be good too, because like you said, if it goes to the point where there is that expansion of games, you may need more help. But even then, it's just a matter of allowing these stories to be told, these stories to be relived and captured and remembered for those who have lost a loved one due to combat, that their legacy continues to live on and through the avenue of high school football here in Western Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Is there anything else that we have not mentioned that you'd like to talk about as far as the schedule or anything that people should be aware of?
I don't think so.
No?
I think we're good.
Okay. It's simple enough. It's simple enough. And Dana, I thank
That's
you so much.
what my brother always said. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm not saying we're stupid, but just
right.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
It's a term that we all use. Dana, thank you so much for joining us today on AM Beaver County. And again, the first game is tonight, Riverside at Southside, and we'll be with Beaver County Radio next week at New Brighton as the Rams take on the Lions. And it's going to be a great night every night for those stories to be told and for everything to be remembered, and for everyone, the fans, the players, the coaches, to sort of grasp the reality of what's around them. So Thank you again for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. You're listening to AM Beaver County. Teleforum is just around the corner following news here on this Friday morning here on Beaver County Radio, 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBA. It's all presented by St. Barnabas and is streaming live at beavercountyradio.com, where you can find this interview later on today.
He shot a teenager in cold blood, killing